all the way back and then crack just a little bit. Crack open, like put forward just a little bit. Okay. What was that?
I don't know. It might have been my sunglasses just clicking into place.
Okay, good. There you go. Alright. Now, what we do here is we turn the battery on, turn the mags over here, we look around, make sure no one's coming, clear prop. Then we're going to turn the fuel on, count to 3, and start. 3 seconds will allow a little fuel to flow and prime it. So, 1, 2, 3. Now we're situated. Alright, the engine preheater has been running, so our cylinder head temps are already over 100.
LA traffic Cessna 243 coming right downwind, runway 33 middle lane.
Our oil temperature is up at 74, which is good. We'll flip over to the radio, or the weather radio, and see what the winds and altimeter are.
Lake Airport. Automated weather observation. 1622. Zulu. Weather. Wind. 350 at 16 gust 20. Visibility 10. Clear below 12,000. Temperature -7 Celsius. Dew point -10. Altimeter 3006.
Alright, so the winds are stronger than I thought. They're at 16 gusting to 20. That's pretty windy. But they're right down the runway. that plane taking off.
Turning right, crosswind for touch and go, runway 33 Middle.
Alright, it's warming up in here. Without that wind blowing off, it's a lot nicer.
Definitely.
Big old bird sitting in that tree over there. 2 of them.
LA traffic 79243, turning right downwind for touch and goes, runway 33 Middle.
Alright, Nicholette. This checklist right here. One that says normal procedures on it. Pull that one out. See how it's arranged to certain things. There's engine start, before takeoff. Those are the checklist items that we use. So when we get up here, you can help me run through the pre-takeoff, the before takeoff checklist. We use the checklist to remind us of all the important things, just to make sure we don't forget anything.
Okay.
Middle traffic 79243, turning right. Base leg for runway 33, touch and go Middle Lake.
That guy's right over there, turning base. Okay, we'll stop right here. Set the parking brake. Now, before takeoff, fuel shut-off valve right here, and then on. So we push it all the way forward to make sure it's on. It is on.
Good.
Flight controls. What's that say?
Fully and left.
Yep, meaning.
LA traffic 79243, turning right, final for runway 33, touch and go Middle Lake.
We move the flight controls all the way through their range of motion to make sure they're not hung up on anything or binding. And then we just make sure that they do the things we expect them to do, like when we move the stick, the ailerons move, and the elevator. That's the correct part. Okay, what's next?
Radio set.
Yep, our radio is set to the right frequency. And we're listening. What next?
Light instrument set.
Baro.
Oh.
Baro is short for barometer. That's our altimeter setting. Right here. That's what we heard on the ATIS, and I dialed this into the right setting. So that's set. What's next?
Engine instrument check.
Okay, so we're checking our engine. We got our fuel set, 13 gallons. All of our CHGs are up above 200. Our oil temp is at 88, almost 90. We want it to be about 90. It ought to come up the last little bit here in a minute. Okay, so they're checked. Oil pressure is good, 53 psi, right in the middle of the green range.
Elevator trim set to middle.
Right here. The trim tab is set in the middle of the range, so it's set for takeoff.
Throttle 1,800.
Yep, or we normally just say 1,800.
Oh.
So we're going to do our run up. So we're going to throttle up to 1800, and then we're going to check the mags, looking for 100 RPM drop on each, no more than 100. So here's our throttle right here, throttle and our RPM gauge. So we'll just run this up until it hits 1800. All right, now 1900, a little high, and then we just check each ignition. So it went from 19 to 1840, 1820. That's good. And then check the other one, 1850, and we're back, and we're good. So we had no more than 100 RPM drop on each ignition, which means they're both working. All right, back to throttle 1000. Seat belts, canopy, mixture. That's our final part. Seat belts are good and tight. Canopy. Canopy is all the way forward and locked. See the writing in the arrow? Open backwards, so closed is forwards. Okay. GoPro is recording. And
Like traffic Cessna 243, turning right, crosswind for runway 33, touch and go middle lake.
Alright, we are ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Yep. Oh, we shouldn't do anything this time. We sound like irritated.
Okay. Meadow Lake traffic, Sonex 604 Charlie Mike, departing 33 Meadow Lake. Made a radio call to let that guy know that we're taking off. Now we're going to make a no-flap takeoff, so the flaps are all the way up, our switches are set. We're going to move our mixture all the way rich.
Traffic Cessna 243, turning right downwind for runway 33, touch and go middle lake.
Line up on the runway, hold the stick neutral, advance the throttle. Airspeed is coming up. Here comes the tail. And we're ready to rotate and lift off. Fly away. Alright, all the instruments are looking good. Climbing out nicely.
Traffic Cessna 243, turning right, final runway 33, touch and go middle lake.
Meadow Lake traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, departing the pattern to the east, Meadow Lake. Alright, we'll turn the little seat heaters on. Fan this out a little bit, reduce power to cruise, and we'll go out over this way and how you doing?
Good.
clouds up ahead. See them kind of obscuring the horizon a bit?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
more snow out here than we did down south. All this, got snow accumulated everywhere. Must have been like a little pocket of air that dumped right over here. I mean, there was nothing down like 820. All that was all clear. And it looks like there's several inches on the ground right now.
I like traffic Cessna 243 turning right, crosswise runway 33 Meadow Lake.
What do you say we go patrol these hills and make sure there's no one hiding?
Okay.
Never can be too sure. roll and there's some, like, moisture just sort of sitting in it. Get back out of it. This is no good over here. It's gonna pop out right over here. racetrack.
It's a crazy little racetrack.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Springs East ought to be up here. Somewhere close by, right up over here. All the landmarks have changed with all this snow. Takes a little longer to find it. Oh, there it is. We're pointing right at it. We're going to just turn a little bit so we don't go right over the top and fly alongside it. We're going to see if the runway is clear. air, huh?
Yeah.
Here. Put that. There you go now. Stop with your leg. It'll deflect it away.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They need to get the stick boots made up so they block that area off. That cold air blasting up really chills you down. Looks pretty clear. The runway is clear. Most of the taxiway is clear. Right down over here. See it?
Yeah. Those are some angry looking cows.
Yeah. We're going to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't try and trap us. Don't see a lot of activity. That's a 1.6G level 60-degree turn. Feel it pulling you in your seat? That's the G-force. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
Acceleration? Yep, looks like the twin is still tied down over there. Looks pretty quiet. I wonder if the doors are frozen closed. Probably.
Yeah, probably. We should go check, see if we can get candy.
Ah, we got another little racetrack over here. I'm gonna put it on your side, it's right up ahead. Okay, it's right down over there. See it?
It's a twisty, Aussie racetrack.
Put your hands on the stick. Hold it gently like I am. Doesn't take much. Turn out just a little bit. Okay, now look out the front. Right now, we're in level flight. Right about there. See how the nose meets the horizon depending on where you're sitting? It changes a little bit. From your perspective, it looks like the horizon, like the nose is slightly above the horizon. Is that what it looks like?
I can only see the side.
Yeah, but look out on the side where the horizon meets the side of the airplane. Do you see that point right there?
Yeah.
Maybe it's right by that nut. Maybe it's between the two nuts. I don't know. You tell me. Where is it?
Slightly below.
What's that?
Slightly below it.
Slightly below the nut? So that's your visual reference on what level is. Okay? So you can use that to say, oh, the nose is about where it needs to be for level flight. And you know that if the nose is above it, so pull back just a little bit. That'll raise the nose. Okay, that's good. Now we're climbing. See how you're above your visual reference? Okay, now just ease the nose down just a hair. Okay, now we're descending. See how we're below your visual reference?
Yeah.
Okay, now pull back a little bit and level us out. You can get back to your visual reference for level flight. And that's how we normally keep the airplane level. We know what the nose should be, and we just make the nose sit right where it needs to be. And we confirm using our instruments. So are we climbing or descending or level right now?
Level.
Yeah, we're pretty level. We were descending just a little bit. So just a hair higher. Raise the nose just a hair. Right there. Now, perfect. Now, we're kind of turning a little bit, so give us a little bit of aileron, roll the wings level. Good. Alright, now we're kind of turning the other way, so level us out. Now, the Challenger takes a lot of movement to get it to do anything. The Sonex, not so much. You can fly the Sonex with one finger. Watch. Let's climb. Climb. Oh, let's level. Level. Okay, let's turn. Turn. Just take some light touch on the Sonex. Okay, go ahead. Alright, let's go that way. Alright, see how the nose is low? So pull back just a little bit to raise it up. There you go. Now the nose is a little bit high, so just a nudge to bring it down. Perfect. Right there. Good. Alright, let's go over that way some more. See that big kind of silvery roof building? Let's fly right over to that. That's a big greenhouse where they grow like baby Christmas trees and plants for your garden and stuff like that. Where's our nose? There you go. So we're constantly using our visual reference. Let's make a turn going that way. So roll the wings into a bank, and then level the stick, and a little bit of back pressure so the nose doesn't drop. Just enough to keep it on the horizon. If the nose comes up, that's too much. Okay, roll the wings a little more. We want to go that way. There you go. Alright, good. So, that looks like a nice bank. We're happy with that. We'll let it fly on around. And if you notice the nose start to drop, just a little bit of back pressure, just a hair, to keep the nose up on the horizon. Now, when we get turned the way we want to go, we just reverse our control inputs. We just roll a little bit out until the wings are level, and then we neutralize the stick. Good. All right, now let's make another turn so we don't go through that cloud. So turn us away. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit of back pressure. Perfect. A little bit more bank. There you go. Now, that's good. Let it fly on around. So you're on that way still?
Oh.
Perfect. Now roll this out. Level that way. Very good, very good.
Sehr gut, sehr gut.
Wunderbar. Oh, we're turning. Level us out. There you go. Alright, let me show you something. I got it. So when we're doing light turns, not very steep, the bank is real shallow, like this, it doesn't take much back pressure to keep the nose from dropping. The nose will slightly drop. See how it's dropping just a little bit? It's getting a little lower, and a little lower, and a little lower. We need a little bit of back pressure to keep the nose on the horizon. But it doesn't take very much. But the steeper we turn, the more back pressure we need. This is a steeper turn, we're turning quicker, and look how the nose now, it really wants to drop. So I need more back pressure to keep it on the horizon. See how that works?
Yeah.
The steeper the turn, the more back pressure required. And if we go even steeper, now look at the nose start to slice down. It's like, oh boy, we need some back pressure. So I gotta pull some back pressure. The steeper we turn, the more back pressure required. There's always gonna be a little bit. Even when we turn just a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna do just a real slight turn. Yeah, the wings are banked just a little bit, and we're slowly gonna start turning. But watch the nose, it will slowly start to drop. Yeah, it's slowly coming down. Got a gradual turn. Let me just make it so it doesn't get any. And the nose is gradually dropping. So even in a real shallow turn, we need a little bit of back pressure. I'm not doing anything, and the nose is slowly dropping down. So just a tiny bit of back pressure is all it needs. I mean, just like a whisper on the stick is all I'm doing to hold the nose up. Whenever you turn, you need a little bit of back pressure to keep the nose on the horizon. The steeper you turn, the more back pressure you need. Make sense?
Yep.
Alright. Got about 10 more minutes, then we're going to head back. These clouds are starting to thicken up. I think they're going to try and trap us up here. See that? We can't even see the valley anymore. All that mist turned into a giant cloud and it's just sitting there. And the wind is blowing it our way.
Wow.
So we don't want to get trapped. Now we're only about 5 minutes from the airport. It's right over there. So we're in a good spot. Alright. What do you think we should do?
Oh.
Some Dutch rolls, or we just roll back and forth? Should we do a steep 360?
Steep 360.
Steep 360? Okay. So you roll into a turn. A little bit of back pressure. Hold the nose on the horizon. And we turn on around to our 360. The Sonex does such nice steep turns. It makes you want more. Do you want more? I want more. Let's go more. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's some more. Sometimes I even want more than that. I say, give us some more. 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 Ugh, that's about 3 Gs. Whew. That was a 3G pull. You feel it? That was fun.
Did the
Okay.
yellow go off?
What's that?
Did the yellow go off?
No, I was in 2.9, so it didn't quite get to 3. What, you want the G arm to go off? Okay, ready? Roll.
I heard it.
That was 4 Gs. It definitely went off on that one. That was a 4G 180. Alright, we'll do a little bit of Dutch roll, just kind of back and forth. So, you roll in, and then we roll out. And then we roll in, and then we roll out. And we roll in, and we roll out. And we roll in, and we roll out. And if you're dizzy, then we stop rolling. Okay, now we'll do a wing over. We just kind of go up and over.
Okay.
So we go up and over. Now we're going the other way. And we can do these gentle, or we can do them a little bit more extreme. Now we build up a little bit of speed. Are you ready?
What are we doing?
Another wing over.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we build up a little bit of speed, and we pull it up, and over. One little bit of puppy right here trying to escape. He's invading our territory. Must chase him off.
Hey, I see a rainbow.
Yep. That's called a glory hole. It's a circle with the airplane in the middle of it and like a rainbow around. You see it against clouds like that. Pilots are about the only people that ever get to see those. Everybody else is on the ground and they're in the wrong spot. Alright, I think we ought to head on back. What do you think?
Okay.
So first we give them a little wave, and then we do a break and head back. Ready? See you next time, everybody. And then we break and head on out. Always good to go pull a few G's every now and then. Or in our case, 4 G's. Alrighty, the airport is right ahead of us. Can't really see it well, but it's right up ahead of us. So we're going to descend to pattern altitude, and then we're going to turn downwind for 3-3. So we're going to be there in just a couple of minutes. Of course, it also helps that we're doing 170, so that gets us to where we want to go faster. Traffic, Sonex 604 Charlie Mike, 3 miles east. We'll be entering on a downwind for 3-3. Full stop, Meadow Lake.
So the plane has seats and gets like a mail driving.
Yeah. We're going to turn our seat heaters off so we don't drain the battery when we reduce power. Alright, now we're looking around for other airplanes because we're right over close to the airport now. Alright, now we'll turn downwind. All the while we're checking for traffic. Make sure we're not going to have any problems with trying to crowd somebody or run into them. There's the airport right there. Meadow Lake traffic, Sonex 604 Charlie Mike, downwind 33, full stop Meadow Lake. Alright, we're right over by the end of the runway. That's our touchdown point. Pulled the power back, we're slowing down. Got a little bit of trim. As soon as we get below 100 miles an hour, into the 90s, we can deploy some flaps. Alright, now we're with the first notch of flaps on. Turn base. The flaps help us get slowed down and allow us to land a little bit slower also, which is always good. We want to land as slow as possible. Alright, we're looking good. Speed is good. Need a little touch of power here. Turn and final. Nice, easy turn to final. We get lined up. Because we got to drive all the way to the other side of the runway, we're going to land a little further down instead of right at the very end. We got plenty of runway in front of us. Alright, speed is looking good. Got full trim. Got a little bit of a crosswind that's come up, blowing us that way. See how we have to kind of crab into the wind? Keep going straight. Ooh, a little bit of a wind gust and a bounce. You feel that wind gust kind of lift us up right at the last minute?
Yeah.
We got a Jeep. I wonder if he's going to try and cross the runway in front of us. See him up there?
Yeah.
We're going to have to watch him.
The wind guides want you to get trapped up in the clouds.
Oh, I know. They're tricky. You got to watch them all the time. I think the wind gods must be related to the Minnehonis. They're awfully mischievous.
They are the Minnehonis, Daddy. That's the other name.
Alright, this is our turn. And our next turn, taxi back to our hangar. fun, Nicholette. It's kind of distracting. You gotta pay attention to what we're doing here. Alright, we're going to dump in our 5-gallon fuel jug, so before we get out, we're going to go ahead and add 5 gallons to the computer. That way it knows how much is in there. So use the knob, 5 gallons, accept, and now we're back up to 13.6 gallons. That's what we're going to have in the tank once we dump that 5-gallon jug in. Alright, so now fuel valve is off, the mixture is full lean, the throttle is back, and we just shut everything down. We are done.
That's a good flight.